it's me, Queen Nightmare, and a lot of people were mad yesterday. Well, you sounded angry. They're like, wait a minute, you just posted an hour ago, or 2 hours ago. I was like, yeah, I wanted to post 2 on the same day. Can't I do that? I wanted to make you guys happy, but I guess not. But anyways, we're going to finish the Snarry story today, and yeah. You guys just, you don't like change, I guess. I don't know what it is. But, okay. Chapter 40, if I'm correct. Yes. Sev, Harry said as he walked into their bedroom. Severus was lying on the bed with his arms over his eyes. At the sound of his name, he sat up slowly. He looked exhausted, hair messy and bags under his eyes. Harry walked up to him and sat next to him. Wait, what? Okay, so I am on the right one. I'm like, wait a minute, did they just... Sorry I was late. Class ran a bit over time. Harry said slowly. How were your classes? Severus inhaled slowly, exhaled softly, and his shoulders dropped. The little brats in the first 2 classes were disrespectful, and the 3rd class was quiet. Harry laughed softly, before crawling behind Severus and began to massage his shoulders. I got in contact with Xavier during lunch, Harry said after a moment of silence. He is going to send Mimi and Johnny tonight to track this letter for us. Severus sighed. Are you okay? Harry asked, worry in his voice. Not really, Severus said. He readjusted himself on the bed as he was facing Harry. Every time it says readjusting himself, all I could think of, because my dad says home sweet home, you can scratch where it itches. And if you know what that means and you're a guy, there. That's what I keep on imagining when they say readjusting himself. He was facing Harry. I'm just stressed about this anonymous letter. It's going to be fine, Sev, Harry said, grabbing one of his hands. We are getting this sorted. There's nothing to worry about. I just want this over with because I feel useless. I want to be able to protect you, but I can't if there's someone out there and we don't know their identity. Severus sighed. Xavier will have everything sorted before you know it, Harry said, gently rubbing the top of Severus's hand. I just hate that someone else has to do this. I want to be the primary protector of you. Aww, that's very sweet of you. Sev, when I become the leader of the clan, with you ruling beside me, we will have to rely on others to protect me, as much as you are a great protector. Severus smiled gently. I can't have you putting your life in danger. I need you, Harry said softly. Who's Big Spoon and who's Little Spoon? I'm saying it really nicely. I think it's Harry who's on top. I'm not too sure. He's giving off some top type yeah. Sorry, I had an itch in my nose. Harry grabbed Severus and gently pushed him down on the bed. Harry then laid his head on top of Severus's chest. He snaked his hand into Severus's hand and intertwined their fingers. I love you, Harry said. We'll get through this. Severus smiled and closed his eyes. I love you so much, he whispered back. Bitch! Sorry. It was not because of the story. There was just an ad that popped up. Am I still recording? Yeah. Okay, good. Sometimes when an ad pops up and it doesn't have to have any volume, it stops my recording. And I'm like, bitch. Anyways, chapter 41. Later that night, Harry rushed into the living area and found Severus staring blankly into the fire with a glass of Fireball loosely grasped in his right hand. If you don't know what that is, it's just alcohol. And I heard it's very gross. So if you don't have like something to go in it. It's cinnamon whiskey. There you go. If you know what whiskey is and you know what cinnamon is, don't add it to regular whiskey. And I think it's done. I don't know why I'm telling you guys what whiskey is. Don't say my channel isn't educational. There you go. And stay away from alcohol until you're the age of 21. Or if you live in France, 18, and other places in the world that's lower than 21. Yeah. Anyways. His appearance was disheveled, hair messy and shirt slightly unbuttoned. Ooh, honey, that's not disheveled, that's hot. Well, it could be disheveled as his normal thing, but I mean, rar. Anyone with messy hair, slightly unbuttoned shirt, and has, like, anything to drink, and he's posing and looking into the fire. Ooh, honey, you're yummy. Sevy, Harry said as he kneeled down beside the chair. I've got news. The guy has been found. Severus looked over at Harry slowly. A small laugh bubbled its way out of him. You're so cute, Severus whispered. I love your eyes. How much have you had? Harry laughed, taking the glass out of his hand. Can I take you home with me? I want to keep you. I ain't gonna lie, this is what I imagined myself if I had a little bit too much. Like, can I take you home? Can I keep you? Like, can I, just keep you in a box and just, you stay there forever? Just that age? Severus slurred before a small burp escaped. Pardon me, how embarrassing. Harry laughed as he helped Severus to stand up. Up we go, let's get you into bed. Harry supported most of the dead weight as Severus swayed on the spot. Severus stumbled his way forwards with Harry's help until they finally made it to bed. Harry sat Severus down, and within a second, he had him changed into his pajamas with his magic. You can do wordless and wandless magic? Severus asked, shocked. He looked down at his clothing in awe. You're a keeper. Oh my gosh, can he not? I'm actually a seeker. But, yes, I'm yours to keep. I hate Quidditch. Severus mumbled as he laid down. But if you like it, I'll like it. Aww. I can't say that about sports. I literally can't, because some sports, people get so involved with it. I just go, okay. And it consumes them. It's like an addiction. It just doesn't help. Is that so? Harry said as he tucked Severus in. You're such a different person when you drink. You're a different person. Severus paused for a second. When you eat. What? He laughed hard. That made no sense at all. Stop, you're being so mean. I don't like it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it, Harry said as he rubbed. You should have videotaped this. Oh my gosh. Please say you videotaped this. Oh, it's so worth it if you videotaped it. And then show it to Severus when he wakes up. He's like, I don't know who that was. That's not me. Severus closed, Harry said as he rubbed Severus's arm soothingly. Severus closed his eyes. Harry stood up and started walking out the room. Where are you going? Severus asked quietly. Dealing with stuff? I'll be in the living room if you need anything, okay? Okay, he whispered back. I love you. I love you more. Harry said, walking back to the bed. He kissed Severus's forehead. Good night. I'll be in later. Chapter 42. Harry closes the door to the bedroom and walks out into the lounge room. Within 5 seconds of sitting down and making himself comfortable, Xavier had appeared in front of him. He had his back turned to Harry and was facing the fire. Evening, Harry said lowly. I'm not going low. You kidding me? Fuck that. You have to pay me first. I'm kidding. Don't read into that. I didn't even know what I was saying after that. Evening, Xavier replied. Have you made a decision? Execute him, Harry said with no emotion in his voice. As you wish. Xavier turned around with a dark expression on his face. I have some other news. Good or bad? Harry asked. Bad. Last night the clan got raided. Unfortunately, Glart did not survive. No! I loved Glart. No. What? Harry said in shock. He straightened his back and stared into the fire. Who attacked? Vilas. Xavier replied shortly. Do you know why? He asked. A member was fooling around with a Vila, but she pissed off the Vila, so the whole group of Vilas came knocking on her door. Xavier explained. How many others died? Harry asked. 3 of our in total. 13 of theirs in total. Well, he kind of quadrupled. Yeah. Quadrupled the casualties of them raiding what you did. I'm guessing no further retaliation from you? Harry asked. You know, I'm not about violence unless it is life or death. Xavier condemned. I know, just checking. Harry chuckled darkly. I must get back. The morning ceremony is being held at midnight tonight. Morning. Knee slapper, sorry. You don't have to attend as you need to be with your drunken mate. Damn it, how do you know? He knows everything, doesn't he? Harry smiled. More like shit-faced. Mate. Same. Harry laughed. Yes, good night. Xavier chuckled darkly before vanishing into thin air. Harry sighed to himself. He slumped back down in the chair and loosened the tie around his neck. Harry then summoned the cup Severus had been drinking out of before, as well as what was left of the fireball whiskey. Not good stuff. He poured himself about a glass and raised it in the air as a salute to Glart and the other 2 members of his clan that didn't make it. He closed his eyes as a tear fell down his face. He then tipped his head back and sculled the entire drink. Harry threw the empty glass at the wall before he quickly repaired it and sent it back to its place. Harry sighed loudly before getting up and going to bed. He quickly undressed himself with his magic and slid under the covers of their bed. He snuggled up to the back of Severus. His other half was snoring lightly, which Harry hadn't heard before. A sad smile appeared on his face before another stray tear slid down. I'm sorry, Harry. Severus quietly whispered. He didn't deserve it. Harry lifted his head up at what Severus had just said. Was he sleep-talking? And if he was, what was he dreaming about to make him apologize to Harry? Severus continued to snore lightly. Harry concluded that he must have sleep-talked. Harry laid his head down and cuddled, unless he's faking sleep, which is kind of easy to do if you're a good actor. But if you're like me, I suck at it because I don't know what I am. I'm dead. I do breathe. It's out through my nose, but I am so dead to the world. My dad knows from me fake sleeping and me real sleeping. He's like, usually when you toss and turn and you are sleeping, you're dead to the world. You don't look dead to the world. I'm like, damn it. What? I need to see what I look like when I'm supposedly dead to the world. Sorry. It took a while with all the thoughts going on in his head, but he eventually drifted off to sleep. Now you have to tell your friends. That Glart didn't make it. And that's going to hurt some of them because they were like friends with everyone. So that's going to hurt. It's going to be like a stab through the chest and the heart. Whatever. Chapter 43. Whatever, I mean, I was supposed to say heart, but I said chest, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, screw it. Chapter 43. Severus turned over in bed and wrapped his arms around Harry. He pulled him closer and kissed the top of his head. Severus studied Harry's peaceful face while he slept and thought of how cute he was. Then Severus started to think of how lucky he was to have an amazing mate to take care of and receive love from. I can sense it, you know. You hear hear some words. Harry mumbled under his breath. Severus hummed. What did you hear? Something about me being cute while sleeping and how you are lucky to have me. Harry mumbled without opening his eyes. Yeah, I thought of something along those lines, like that. Severus chuckled, observing his mate. Firstly, I'm not cute when I sleep, Harry said, rolling on his back and stretching. Secondly, yes, you are a lucky man to have me. Harry opened his eyes and turned his head to Severus, a sweet smile on his face. No. Yes. If you sleep on your face at all, this is for like after you sleep on your face and you rub and you're squishing your face. So all that pressure is going to make your face age more. It's okay to be a side sleeper, but it's best to be a back sleeper because it will help you not age as fast. Also, wear sunscreen every day because the windows do not protect you from the sunlight. Harry opened his eyes and turned it. Oh, yeah, whatever. But I'm also lucky to have you, Harry said, which made Severus smile back. We haven't really been working on our mental bond, Severus said with a few seconds of silence. Yeah, we haven't, Harry chuckled, but that's okay. We have the rest of our time to work on it since I've finished studying. Severus started but stopped. What? Harry rolled back over to face Severus. He lifted his hand and touched Severus's chest. Is everything okay? I think I had a dream, Severus said slowly, grabbing Harry's hand with one of his, but it felt more like a vision, real than a dream. What did you see? Harry asked with concern dripping throughout his voice. You and Xavier in our lounge talking, Severus said, looking deeply into Harry's eyes. You ordered the man to be killed, but then you also found out that some clan members died after an attack. I think you knew one in particular. I could feel it all, Harry. I could feel all the emotion you felt. The anger, the protectiveness, the passion, the sadness, the depression, the hurt. I felt it all. Harry stayed silent after Severus was done talking. Severus moved some hair out of Harry's face before gently rubbing the side of his face. I can feel it even now, Severus said, pulling his hand away and touching near Harry's heart. It's because it actually happened. Everything you saw and heard happened last night, after I put you to bed. Harry paused, a tear sliding down his face. I knew Glart. He was the one who didn't make it. Oh, Harry, Severus said. I'm sorry, my dear. Severus pulled Harry into his chest as Harry started to sob. Severus tried to soothe his mate, but by rubbing his back and humming gently. After a couple of minutes, Harry settled down and wiped his eyes dry. Thank you, Harry whispered, looking at Severus. That's perfect. It's perfectly all right, Severus said as he leaned down to kiss Harry. I can tell you are hungry, Harry said as he pulled away. I am indeed, Severus chuckled. Harry sat up and Severus followed. Severus leant forward and attached his fangs onto Harry's neck. He began to feed, pulling away after being satisfied. He licked the wound closed and placed a gentle kiss on the spot. Severus began as he wiped his mouth from some dribbling out. That tasted different. Xavier did tell me that sometimes moods can affect the taste of blood. Harry started to explain. Since I'm feeling sad, I think my blood has changed a bit. That's understandable, Severus said, getting ready for Harry to feed off of him. Never heard of it before, though. Not common knowledge unless you're a vampire. Not common knowledge unless you're a vampire. Harry chuckled. Your turn, Severus said gently and leaned towards Harry, slightly exposing his neck. I'm not really hungry right now, with everything going on, Harry sighed. I'll let you get away with it this morning. Severus started as he got out of bed, but tonight you have to feed. Okay, Harry sighed. Are you sure you're up for classes? Severus asked. I think I need to go. Harry got out of bed and magically dressed himself. To get my mind off of things. I understand, Severus said as he leant down and gave Harry a kiss. He pulled Harry into a hug. Have a good day, and make sure to come and see me if you need anything, okay? Yes. Harry gave Severus one more kiss. Thank you, Sevy. That's all right, Severus said as he let go and walked into the bathroom for a shower. Harry sighed one last time before heading out of their chambers and went up to the Great Hall to join his friends for breakfast. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh, okay, it skipped ahead. Chapter 44. A couple weeks had passed by and the group were sitting in the common room during lunch break. Harry sat on the floor near with his back turned to the fire. To the left of him was Crabbe and Goyle sitting on the two-seater couch. Yeah. In front of him, Draco, James, Pansy sat on the three-seater couch. While on the right, Blaze and Theodore got stuck together on the other two-seater couch. Even though Theodore was glad about it. Aw, Theodore has a crush on Blaze. That's so cute. Sorry, Theodore in my other book got really nasty with Luna, and I went, oh my word. I've never been horrified more. Oh, it got weird. I wanted to, read a yaoi smut. It could have gotten, so detailed. I wouldn't care. I would have read it. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Yeah. So, Draco started. What are the plans for Christmas? Yeah, we will have graduated by then with this new schooling system we have, Pansy said, shaking her head in disbelief. I do think that our schooling system should start in January and then end in December. It's kind of like this year, the real year system. But we still get 3 months off in the summer. But we just go back in September and then finish the rest of the year. Then again, it might be too weird, but whatever. I can't believe we only have 9 weeks left until we're done, Harry said quietly. 9 weeks, Goyle suddenly exclaimed. 9 weeks? Yeah, 9 weeks, Blaze drawled out. Have you not been paying attention in class? No, Goyle said as his face turned slightly red. Thought as much, Blaze said. There was an awkward silence for a moment before Draco brought the group back on topic. Plans? Any gift ideas? Hangout plans? What's the go? He said. The group all thought about it for a second. Well, I'm thinking of getting a gift for someone I had a crush on for a long time. Ooh, what a lucky girl. Blaze rolled his eyes. Yeah, Theodore said with a sad expression. He's a lucky boy. Blaze turned his head to Theodore with a confused expression. You didn't know I was gay? Theo asked. No clue. Blaze laughed as he hung an arm around Theo's shoulders. But join the club of gay nerds. I'm not a nerd, thank you very much, Draco said, really offended. I second that. Harry smiled. I'm not a nerd. Okay, Blaze said, raising his spare hand. Keep it in your pants, lads. The club of gays. Better? Better. Harry, Draco, James, Pansy, and Theo said in unison. The group started laughing. After they settled down, Harry decided to spill his plans. Sorry to disappoint you guys, but I'm planning on spending a lot of Christmas with Severus. Harry smiled gently. Boring! Draco said, his thumb down. I know, Harry chuckled, but I brought a special gift for Christmas for him. And we want to work on our bond more before I become the leader. Ooh! Theo sat forward in his chair. What did you get him? For myself, a white kitten with black charcoal eyes. Harry paused, and for him, a black kitten with bottle green eyes. Aww. The entire group cooed and awed. Oh, I'm not the only one that did that. At Harry's gift idea. Harry sheepishly smiled. Oh, yeah, that's right. He bought the kittens. That's right. I almost forgot about that. Literally a week ago, my dude. And I forget about it. Don't expect anything less. Or anything more. That's how stupid I am. What did you... Yeah, we get it. That's so cute, Pansy squealed. I love it, James piped up. My gift isn't cool as yours now, Theo said with a long sigh. Harry chuckled at Theo. I know he will enjoy it, Harry smirked, especially coming from you. Shut up! Theo blushed. Whoa, wow, you really do like this boy, eh? Blaze teased. You are blushing, how cute! Our little Theo has a really big crush, ooh! Blaze cooed over Theo and teased him. Leave me alone, Theo laughed, hiding his face in his hands. Oi, Harry, Draco said over the other two, getting the attention from everyone back. You still going to come chill with us, right, though? You aren't going to spend all the time with Severus. Of course I will come, Harry laughed lightly. I don't like to abandon my friends, so yes, of course yes, of course I'm going to catch up with you. Party at mine one night. Party at mine? Just one night? Blaze asked. The whole group nodded and smiled. I'll make plans and send out invites when it's ready, he continued. The group started talking about various gifts they are getting for family members or other friends. Harry zoned out his track of thinking, taking him to imagining the future after he graduates and his life with Severus. That's kind of cute. I really liked that one. Ouch, sorry. I poked myself in the eye. Gosh darn it. Come on. But we already know who Theo has a crush on, though. That's good. No! We're almost there. We had one more chapter left. Why could you do this to me? Unless he has children, I don't want it. Chapter 45. Warning, smut is in this chapter. I mean, they put smut in all caps. So, you know it's probably the devil's tango, if you know what I mean. How was your day? Severus asked, sitting down beside Harry on the couch. It was good, Harry yawned, adjusting himself as he could cuddle on Severus's side. We talked about Christmas plans. Severus hummed. Do you have many plans? Not really. Harry tilted his head to smile up at him. Just a quick catch-up with the group here and there, but I really just want to spend as much time with you as I can. How sweet. Severus smiled back. I'm glad you're putting me first. I hate sharing you. I know, Harry laughed. I can sense it when you are with other people. When we are with other people. Severus chuckled deeply. A comfortable silence settled upon the pair as they both stared into the flickering flames. We've come a long way, right? Harry suddenly said. We have. Severus replied with a pause. It started out as you helping me, Harry said slowly. Then I helped you, and then, well, everything with Gryffindor happened, and the other people there for me were you and the Slytherins. I've never felt more safe and protected than when I'm with you. He settled into a content silence, but I think being bonded to you has been one of the best things to happen to me in my life, Harry softly said, turning his head up towards Severus. Severus smiled and turned his head to Harry. He leant down a bit and kissed him. Harry smiled into the kiss. I love you, Severus whispered as he briefly pulled away from the kiss. I love you too, Harry whispered back. Harry pushed Severus back on the couch and climbed on top of him to straddle his hips. Harry leant down and kissed Severus as he slowly led his hands up his chest. Severus moaned oh crap, moaned into the kiss, and Harry smiled as he suddenly vanished. He suddenly vanished both of their tops. Severus shivered slightly from the sudden cold. The touch of Harry's bare hands on his chest, his hands on his bare chest. There you go. Severus softly placed his hands on Harry's hips. Okay, so it is Harry's bottom. Oh, thank goodness, because that would have been so awkward. Oh my word. Oh my Lanta. Harry ran his hands slowly down Severus's chest, feeling all the goosebumps and small imperfections along the way. Hey, he's perfect! He was perfect for you, so stop saying imperfections. What he thought were imperfections. That's what I'm going to say. His hands explored every single inch of skin, hovering over small scars, gliding over slightly pricky nips, gripping hidden muscles in his arms. Severus slowly ran his hands up Harry's back to explore his partner's body. He felt all the muscles move as Harry slowly moved his own arms. Harry's shoulder blades were flexed, and Severus. I was tongue twister. Severus loved the feeling of them. He slowly ran his hands down Harry's back, slightly dragging his short nails. Harry shivered at the sensation of the short nails. Harry adjusted himself slightly to get more comfortable. That's when he felt the growing thingy. Some words you can't say on YouTube anymore. I used to say them, and I feel bad now. Because from Severus rubbing against his own thingy. Fine, I'm going to say erection. That's what it is. Because it sounds weird. They both moaned at the slight movement. Harry moved his hips again. His stomach contracted at the amazing feeling that he did when he did. Should we go to a more comfortable place? Harry pulled away from the kiss to whisper. Severus hummed as Harry led the way to their bedroom. Ooh, that must hurt. Because when you're walking, it can sometimes hurt when it rubs against anything you're wearing. Don't ask me how I know that. I do a lot of research, and I'm going to be a doctor one day, so, I gotta know some things. I don't know why I know that, though. Anyways, Harry softly pushed Severus down on the bed and climbed back on top of him. Harry vanished both of their pants, leaving them both in their underwear. Harry placed both of his hands on Severus's chest before he started to slowly roll his hips back and forwards. Severus softly gripping Harry's hips and helped him to maintain a slow yet steady pace. Harry threw his head back and moaned. Severus looked at the exposed neck, bringing one of his hands up to the back of Harry's neck and bringing his head down. Severus softly bit on Harry's lower lip before pushing his tongue into his mouth. Harry smiled as he let Severus take the lead. Harry slowly sped up. Harry slowly sped up, slightly, moaning into the kiss. Wait, did I say something? Sometimes my mind goes blank when I read this, so I say something and then I come back. I was like, okay, what did I just read? Making sure I didn't sound gross. Severus suddenly flipped them over as he was on top. Severus made himself comfortable in between Harry's legs and continued to slowly roll his hips. Harry threw his head back into the pillow as he gripped Severus's arms. I think he's fine, my dude. Don't worry. Are you okay? Severus asked as he leant down to kiss along Harry's neck. Feels so good, Harry whispered, clenching his arms harder. Want to make it feel even better? Severus asked in between kisses. Yes, Harry whispered. I'm not whispering. I whisper from time to time, but then they're like, why are you whispering? You need to be louder so you can hear you, so you don't have to like blast our eardrums when you're like yelling. So that's what I'm gonna do. Severus slowly trailed kisses down Harry's chest and stomach, feeling the muscles contract and hearing the hitch breathing from Harry. I'm so ticklish, you cannot do that to me. I will literally squirm. Ugh, you have to be stronger than me to do that. Severus skipped over Harry's erection and went to his thighs. Harry placed some kisses up each thigh before hovering over the hard erection. Severus flicked his eyes up to Harry's and saw his mouth hanging open slightly. Severus leaned down and placed soft kisses on the cloth erection, all the way up to the shaft. What the fuck am I reading? Okay. This is gonna be P-Hub now. It's not gonna be YouTube. Darn. Okay. Harry moaned and threw back his head before looking back down. Severus ran one finger up his thing before slipping his fingers into his waistband and pulling it down to release the constricted. Well, I can say this is technically, it's a medical term, penis. So, I can say penis. Harry moaned and decided to vanish both of their underwear. Severus looked up at Harry with a smirk as he felt his own penis suddenly being exposed to the cold air. Severus gently grabbed the bottom of Harry's thing before looking away the pre-cum, I'm not saying it, that had already leaked. Harry moaned loudly before gripping the bed sheets in pleasure. Severus smirked as he kissed down the thing and back up slowly. Finally, Severus took the full thing into his mouth, hearing Harry's breathing pause for a second before he moaned. Harry tried so hard to not move his hips. He wanted Severus to lead the pace. But it was so hard when his penis was fully engulfed in the warmth he had never felt before. Harry gripped the bedsheet so hard as Severus slowly, agonizingly bobbed his head up and down, occasionally flicking and swirling his tongue around. Swishing and flicking. Darn it, I did it again. I need to stop saying that. Swishing and flicking. Harry moved up one of his hands down to grip Severus's hair. He forced Severus to go a little faster as he couldn't take the slow pace. Severus moaned around Harry's penis, and Harry just almost choked on the air he was breathing. Severus felt Harry buck his hips up into his mouth as he gripped his hips. He felt them held them in place as he sped his pace up. Harry gripped his hair tightly, wanting more as he could feel himself getting closer. Ugh, Harry moaned. Close. Severus smirked as he dragged his teeth. Ow! That hurts me, and I'm not even a boy. Oh, sweet mother. Ah! Oh. I will murder whoever does that. I'm literally having my feet up in the air, crossing my legs, and just in a little ball. In a chair, by the way. In the middle of my living room. Oh, no. Honey. Oh, yikes. You want to die? Do you want your sex partner to kill you? Oh, my word. Oh. That was my, knee. Fun. Severus adjusted, before slowly kissing his way up Harry's body until he reached Harry's neck. Severus adjusted himself as he could easily kiss and bite at Harry's neck, while still being able to rock his against Harry's. Fun. Harry moaned, snaking one hand on Severus's back, dragging his nails, in which he gripped his hair tightly in the other. Severus moaned as he sped up his pace, feeling Harry throw his head back. Do they have a butthole or not? I mean, huh? Oh, sorry, I spoke too soon. See, this is why I can't be in a movie or a director. I'm like, can you get on with it already? I'm a piece of shit. I'm sorry. Okay. I want you, Harry whispered in between heavy breathing. You want me? Severus said, pulling away from his neck and staring down into Harry's eyes. I want you. Harry moaned, I want you in me. Oh, okay, finally. Thought they didn't have buttholes in this series. Are you sure? Severus asked with a sweet smile on his face. Yes, Harry whined, looking into Severus's eyes. Please. So he's dominant in the relationship, but he gets dominated in bed. Okay. Why do I feel like that's me? I'm really like the adult in every relationship I've ever been in. But then again, I've always dated someone around my age, and I shouldn't have. I should date older people. Like, maybe 2 years older than me. Maybe even older than that, because last time I did that, a guy cheated on me with 5 other girls. Twice. Same guy. Shouldn't have done that. But I was a dumbass. Don't listen to me. Severus smiled back at Harry before kissing him. He slowly pulled away, kissing back down Harry's body. Severus knelt in between Harry's legs. He looked back up to Harry. Ready? He asked one last time. Ready, Harry said, watching intently. Eyes bulged out you better do it, bitch. I'll kill you tomorrow. Keep talking to me, Severus said as he summoned a bottle of lube. Let me know if it's too painful. Harry nodded his head, unable to speak, as he watched Severus pour some lube onto his fingers. Severus placed the bottle aside from before he spread the lube around his fingers. He then placed his fingers against the entrance of Harry's hole. I love how they just call it hole. They don't call it an a-hole, asshole, butthole. He flicked his eyes up and nodded as nodded his head at Harry, waiting for a nod back. Once Harry nodded back, Severus applied a little pressure. One finger slowly entered the entrance, being engulfed by the warmth of tightness. Oh my gosh, who wrote this? Why am I asking people who wrote this nowadays? Because I'm cringing, that's why. Severus left his fingers in there, nice and still, until he felt Harry relax a little around his finger. He started to move his finger slowly, back and forth. How long is this chapter? Get it over with. Getting Harry used to the sensation. After Harry was used to the first finger, he slowly added the second finger. He slowly pushed his second finger in, feeling Harry tense up again. Harry moaned as he clenched harder around the two fingers, now fully in him. Relax, Severus whispered. Harry relaxed around Severus's fingers. Severus moved his fingers slowly to start with. Harry took a little longer to get used to the feeling of two fingers, but he eventually got used to it. Severus slowly started to begin stretching. Oh gosh, no. Oh, I hate this. This one sentence. Severus slowly started to begin stretching Harry. Fuck's sake. It's not as awkward as in the freaking comics. Manga. It's not as awkward. I don't know why. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I just had to take a 1 second. Stretching. He slightly parted his fingers slowly before bringing them back together. Harry tensed around him, but relaxed again. Severus slightly parted his fingers once more, this time holding them in the new position. He felt a lot of resistance from Harry before he soon relaxed. He stretched him a little water, repeating it over and over again until Harry was pretty comfortable with the new sensation and moaning and squirming from pleasure. Ah, okay, cool. Severus added a third finger, continued slowly working on stretching Harry. I can't see that. Why do you have to add the word stretching? I don't need I know it's a thing. I just don't want to hear stretching. But anyways, soon Harry was barely tensing at all as Severus continued to work. He was moaning more and even moving his hips, giving a little around to help with the pleasant feeling. Severus took all his fingers out and Harry whined. I remember that in Love Potion. No! It was their first time together. Oh my gosh. No. Don't think about that. No, don't. No. Sweet mother. Focus on Severus right now and Harry, not Drarry. Come on. Okay. Severus chuckled as he cleaned his hand quickly and grabbed the bottle of lube. He squirted some lube on his own before discarding the bottle to the side again. Severus rubbed the lube all over before shuffled. Oh, I hate myself. Why am I like this? Sorry, I had a boogie in my eye. Severus adjusted himself as he was hovering over Harry and positioned his thing at the entrance of Harry's. Ready? Severus asked, looking down into Harry's eyes. Ready, Harry whispered, snaking his hands up Severus's back to grip his shoulders firmly. Severus slowly pushed into Harry, taking his time as he felt Harry tense up around his. Try and relax. Severus whispered, staring at Harry's face. I don't want anyone to look at me during sex. I don't know. Just, don't look at me. Don't look at me. I don't want to make a weird face. I think I make weird faces. I think I would. Harry slightly relaxed around Severus. But only slightly. Severus kept going slowly until he was fully in. He stayed still to allow Harry to get used to the sensation of his own being inside him. Harry gripped Severus's shoulders tightly, breathing heavily. Are you okay? Severus asked, reaching up to stroke Harry's cheek. I'm okay, Harry whispered, closing his eyes. Talk to me, Severus whispered. Feels amazing, but it hurts slightly. Harry whispered back, well, yeah. Duh. If you're gonna be a virgin and you're going through this, it's gonna hurt a little bit. I don't know if that's a compliment or not to Severus, because you're probably, boosting his confidence a little bit, to be honest. Harry whispered back, opening his eyes again. I'll stay here until you're ready, Severus said, leaning down and kissing Harry's neck. Severus stayed still as he promised, while kissing Harry's neck. As the minute went on, Severus could feel Harry relaxing already. After 2 minutes went by, oh my gosh, no one does this, okay? No one stays a minute with their penis with someone and wait. No, they just go on with it. They're like, it's gonna hurt a little bit, and then they do it. They don't work this way. No one does this in real life, okay? Opening his eyes again. I'll stay here until you are... Okay, yeah. After 2 minutes went by, Harry had almost fully relaxed around Severus's thing. Okay, I'm ready. No one does this. You read any book, any geography. I'm not saying the word. You watch it. No one does this, okay? No one does this. Okay, anyways. Severus pulled away from his neck to look into Harry's eyes. He slowly pulled out, feeling Harry go between being tense and relaxed. Harry moaned at the feeling. Severus slowly pushed back in, feeling Harry clench only twice. He smiled down at Harry as he noticed he was getting used to it quickly. On the 5th time of going slowly back in, Harry was used to it. He was panting at the slow pace, clenching his teeth from the pleasure, curling his toes and slightly dragging his nails down Severus's back. That's probably what I'm going to do. No offense to my future husband. I hope my future husband never hears any of this. Future me, if you dare let my husband listen to this, there's going to be some words with me and you. I'm going to fight my future self or something. Faster, Harry panted. Well, damn. Well, damn. Severus smiled as he slowly increased his speed a little. Harry moaned and threw his head back. He leant down and started kissing the exposed neck, slowly biting at one particular spot. Severus increased his speed slightly, entering in and out. I'm not saying Harry's warm hole. Oh, gosh. Faster than before. Severus moaned as he felt Harry clench around his thing, and Harry dragged his nails harder into his shoulders. Faster, Harry whispered. I need to cum. Finish. I need to finish. Hearing that, Severus started going at a fast pace. He didn't hold anything back as he felt Harry buck his hips back at him. Harry leant forward and started biting at Severus's neck while moaning in pleasure. Severus smirked as he bit harder on Harry's neck. Close, Harry panted. Severus and Harry both felt their fangs come out at the same time and slid easily into each other's neck. They both started to suck on each other's blood. Tasting blood as climax came pretty close to the both of them. Harry moaned into the bite as he felt himself finish. He tensed around Severus's thing and gripped his fingers into Severus's shoulders. He felt his fangs slide in further to Severus's skin, making him taking a big mouthful of blood. Severus moaned loudly into Harry's neck, loving the feeling of the clenched muscles around his. He sped up, riding out the finishing. He moaned and squirmed from the overstimulation. Harry moaned and squirmed from the overstimulation. Severus rolled his hips one last time, realizing the last of his seed. Releasing the last of his seed into Harry before he pulled out and collapsed beside him. Wow, Harry sighed, covering his eyes with his arm. Severus managed to moan. That was amazing. Harry rolled over to and crawled up on his mate's side. To his mate's side. Crawled up. Okay, I was like, crawled up? What? Crawled up to his mate's side. More than amazing. Severus placed his arm protectively around Harry. I think I'm addicted to you. Harry chuckled softly, closing his eyes and then yawning softly. Get some sleep, Severus whispered, feeling how tired Harry was through their bond. Love you, Harry said gently as his breath started to even out. I love you too. Severus gently kissed the top of his head. You're not going to clean yourself up? Why am I like that? You usually... Please, use a charm or something. Severus pulled the covers over the top, both of them, snuggling close. Severus smiled as he remembered all their happy memories. He slowly drifted off to sleep, dreaming of the only person that made him happy. Son of a bitch. Oh, it worked! I skipped it. Okay, chapter 46. How far are we? Oh, it's perfect! I am a genius! Chapter 46, the last chapter. Harry sighed as he opened the front door to his place. He walked in, letting the door magically close behind Severus. He breathed in the scent of old oak and faint floral smell of the gardens outside. Home sweet home, Harry smiled, turning towards Severus. It looks cleaner than last time I was here. Severus commented, looking around. I hired a few house elves to tidy up the place while we were gone. two chose to stay. Harry responded as he walked into the library. Harry laid on the couch, smiling as he felt the magic of his house engulf him with comfort. Severus placed both of their luggage on the ground before following Harry. He sat down in the armchair and observed the smile on Harry's face. "I love it here." Harry sighed with his eyes closed. "It's the first place away from Hogwarts that has been a home to me." "You seem different when you are here," Severus mused, "like you are more free than at Hogwarts." "Because here I can have all the privacy in the world and not worry about being judged at all." Harry smiled, opening his eyes and tilting his head towards Severus. "I like this side of you," Severus replied softly. Severus stood up from his armchair and went to Harry's side. He leant down on one knee and stroked his mate's hair softly. Harry sighed and gave in to the comforting touches. Severus smiled warmly before he got up, made his way to their room with the luggage. Harry stayed on the couch for a few more seconds, intoxicated by the house's magic and warmth. Before he too made his way up to their room, and Harry entered the room and immediately laid down on the bed. "Get up, you lazy brat, and help me unpack," Severus chuckled, hands on his hips. Harry, brain fart, right? La la la. Harry lazily waved his hand, and everything from his suitcases flew into their places. Severus shook his head at the cheeky smile Harry had in his face. Severus crawled on the bed, laid down next to him, and Harry cuddled up to Severus and yawned. "Tired already?" Severus whispered. "Very," Harry responded. "Long day traveling." Severus hummed in agreement. He likes to hum a lot, doesn't he? I just noticed that, and it's the last chapter. I might take a nap, Harry yawned. You don't have to stay if you don't want to. Severus summoned a book from downstairs. "I'll just read," he said as he caught the book in one hand. "Okay, I'll see you on the flip side," Harry yawned before swiftly drifting off to sleep. Sleep, not sweep. Severus looked down at his sleeping mate and smiled. He brushed some hair out of his eyes before continuing to read. Severus grew tired after a few pages and decided to join on a nap. He laid the book to the side and rolled over and held Severus close to his chest with both arms. Soon after closing his eyes, he too was asleep. "Shit," Harry mumbled as he opened his eyes. The sun was bright and beaming in the bedroom window. He casted a charm to see the time, 6:17 a.m. Had they really slept all night? "Severus," Harry whispered, moving his locks out of his face. Sev woke up. "Sev, wake up!" Severus groaned as he rolled over on his side. Harry let his mate sleep, sensing the exhaustion through their bond. He climbed over him and made his way downstairs into the kitchen. He began making some pancakes for when Severus woke up. He hummed to himself as he cooked. It was just after 7 a.m. And Harry was all done cooking. He made his way to the dining room table and sat the steaming hot food down. Just as he was sitting down, an owl came into the dining room carrying a small basket and a letter. Harry smiled widely as he remembered that today was what today was. Today was the day Severus would receive his early Christmas present. Harry left the basket on the table and rushed upstairs to their room. He buzzed in and jumped on top of Severus. "Wake up!" Harry yelled. "Come on, get up!" Severus moaned and opened his eyes to look up at his energetic young man in front of him. Harry pulled... Yeah, I would be like, why? Harry pulled Severus up and forced him out of bed. "I made breakfast," Harry smiled as he pulled him along to the dining room. "And there's a small early Christmas present. That's how you do it. For you waiting." Severus was still half asleep as he was being dragged. He yawned and nodded his head. He couldn't help but smile at his mate. Severus stepped into the dining room and saw the small spread of the breakfast dishes, with the main one being pancakes. "Ooh, my dad, he tried this. He tried making maple syrup pancakes. He's like, they got a little dark, but they're really good. I would try it, but be careful because they burn really easily." They were delicious, but yeah. Also was chocolate chip and blueberry, but yeah. He also saw a basket sitting on the table, away from the food. He eyed it curiously and approached it with hesitation. "Merry Christmas!" Harry smiled as he watched Severus lift up the blanket sitting on top of the basket. Severus looked into the basket and saw two small kittens staring at him. There was a black with green eyes and the white with black eyes. They squirmed and moved in the basket, eager to get out and explore, but not big enough to get out of the basket by themselves. Meow. The black one with green eyes reached up towards Severus. He knew his master right away. He's a good cat. Severus's mouth hung open as he picked up both of the small kittens up in his hands. He looked up towards Harry and smiled warmly. "They are so beautiful," Severus whispered, hearing the purr from the black kitten. "The black one is yours, babe." He's your baby boy," Harry whispered as he hugged Severus around the waist, resting his head on his shoulder and looking down at the kittens. The white girl is my baby," Harry whispered. "I love them," Severus said. He turned his head to Harry and after looking into his eyes, leaning forwards and kissing him, the black kitten had crawled up Severus's chest and started pawing at Severus's face until Harry stopped kissing him. Ha ha! Jealous. They learn from a young age. It's mine. I think someone's getting a little jealous already. Harry chuckled as he pecked Severus on the cheek one last time. "What are you going to name him?" Harry grabbed his little girl and she instantly started purring once in his grasp. They both stood there looking at their kittens in silence, laughing and smiling. "I think Zeus," Severus said after a minute of silence. "What about yours?" "Lacey," Harry said. You should have said Aphrodite. I don't know if they're... Well, technically, isn't No. Hera. was his sister and lover. Yeah, Greek mythology's frigged. It's messed up. But should have been Aphrodite or Hera, because the other one's called Zeus. You should, go with the theme. Lacey, Harry said, smiling down at his kitten. It might have not been his sister. It might have been his daughter. Sorry, Hera. Yeah. God of wisdom. Or goddess of wisdom. Or, no, it's not war. Wisdom. What about yours? Oh, yeah, whatever. She looked up at him and meowed. The breakfast smells amazing. The breakfast smells amazing as well. Severus inhaled the mouth-watering scent. My mouth's watering now. Let's eat before it gets cold. Harry smiled as he sat down, placing Lacey carefully in his lap. Severus sat down beside him with Zeus in his lap. They ate the breakfast, talking about everything that... Oh, I'm so greasy. Sorry. Ugh. Just itched my face and it felt like grease. Severus sat down beside him with Zeus in his lap. They ate the breakfast, talked about everything that came to mind, and played with their new kittens. Harry smiled as he just sat and played his mate. Watched his mate play with Zeus. Let's go lay down in bed again. Harry chuckled. I'm still a little tired. Severus picked Zeus up and carried him upstairs. Harry followed with Lacey in his arms. They laid on the bed and both kittens in between them. Harry and Severus played with them and watched them attack each other in a play fight. Yeah, but the thing is that dogs and cats, when they play fight, it can get really, really intense because they're an animal. They're wild animals, pretty much. We just domesticated them. Yep. Down here. Play fight. Harry looked up at Severus while he was watching the kittens. He was such a lucky man to have Severus in his life. Content and happiness settling in all around him. Okay. For the next time, this is over. It's completed. For my next book I'm going to read is complicated. It's completed. It's by, it says, You by My Side, Snarry. It's by Ash_Potter 02. By 02, I mean 02. People don't say O, but I do. Severus Snape and Harry Potter. Slytherin and Gryffindor. Greasy Git and the Boy Who Lived. Two biggest enemies. That's how everyone saw it, until something started to change. Everything was normal until Harry's first day of 5th year at Hogwarts. He's 16, so he's the legal age. Yeah, okay. Until Snape finally realizes something. Their status as enemies changes forever. Ooh. Yeah, that's going to be the new one. And, by the way, I have no new Blair-on stories. If you want me to do that one, some Blair-on, let me know. I have some of those. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked this one. I sure did. Give it a big thumbs up. Put on subscribe and put on push notifications if you haven't yet. Comment down below if you have a Snarry story or you have another story that you might want me to read. No sad stories like the prank. Absolutely effing not. I don't like sad stories. I literally cried. But be happy, be healthy, and always be loving. Love you so much. Bye-bye. I forgot. I forgot something. I wanted to say thank you to my new subscribers. I can't believe I've gotten this far. I just started this YouTube thing just because I was bored, but it's all thanks to you guys, because you guys thought it was pretty good. I just wanted to entertain people, and I guess I did that. And I wanted to thank you today at, what time is it? 1:08. It's the 30th, June 30th, a Wednesday. And I'm at 1,941 subscribers. And thank you to every single one of you that have been here for years, or just maybe just this video. I just wanted to say thank you, and at the same time, I welcome new subscribers all the time. Just, I'm not a big hate person, so if you hate some of it, please don't come after me. But thank you to, in the future, any more subscribers that subscribe right now. Thank you. I just wanted to appreciate you guys, because you are awesome. That was all I wanted to tell you, but sorry. I just wanted to thank you guys, and I have to say this again. None of the art I use in my Dreary, Snarry, any of my stories, I don't draw. I can't draw for shit. That's being nice. I can't draw. So it's none of mine. It's not my property. It's owned by the original artist. And if they have their signature on some of their stuff, I try to get the signature into the picture and not crop it out, because it's their signature and that's the whole picture, and that should be in it. Okay, sorry. After that, thank you guys so much. Be happy, be healthy, and always be loving. Do not judge people. I love you guys so much. Bye-bye.